World Championship leader Max Verstappen extended his and Red Bull's remarkable winning streaks after a dominance display at the British Grand Prix. Verstappen converted pole position to victory at Silverstone to claim a sixth successive win of his own and a record 11th, equalling triumph for Red Bull. Lando Norris, who led in the opening stages after passing Verstappen's start, backed up McLaren's stunning qualifying performance to seal second in his home race. Hamilton dropped from 7th on the grid to 9th after going off a safety car, was the main beneficiary of it, caused by a fire on Magnussen's hash, which enabled the Mercedes drivers to gain 4 places, while others had already pitted. The interaction set up a 14-lap race to finish the start, which Norris produced a brilliant suspensive display to hold off Hamilton, while Verstappen eased into the distance, leaving him 99 points clear at the top of the standings as he moved closer to what appears to be an inevitable third world title, with Red Bull 208 points ahead of Mercedes in the championship. Norris's McLaren teammate Oscar Piastri was unfortunate to miss out on a maiden F1 podium, having driven faultlessly after starting third, but the Australian rookie still sealed a career best 4th place finish. George Russell, who was also leapfrogged by teammate Hamilton under the safety car, was 5th, while Red Bull's Sergio Perez recovered to take 6th. Fernando Alonso was 7th. Aston Martin once more failed to pounce on the early season form of being Red Bull's closest challengers. Alex Albon caps a brilliant weekend taking 8th. Ferrari were left to rouge strategic calls as ever, with Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz dropping from 4th and 5th to 9th and 10th. But while Verstappen claimed a 5th successive pole, for the first time in his career on Saturday, it was always going to take something special to beat him on Sunday. If there's one element of the Touchman's perfect season that's been imperfect, it being starts. Once again, proved a weakness as Norris, who has already seen trouble at race starts this season, made a perfect getaway to snatch the lead. It nearly got worse for Verstappen as Piastri nearly got through as well and threatened to take the second through the opening corners, but the Red Bull driver boldly fended him off. Norris impressively held the lead in the opening stage, but powerless to deny Verstappen once DRS was enabled on lap 4, when the RB19 was cruising the lead on the Wellington straight a lap later. From there, Verstappen built an advantage while taking good care of his tyres, which ensured he, like Hamilton and Norris, was still out on his track and the safety car interruption came. He still had to contend with a rolling restart, but executed it perfectly to catch Norris off guard and open up a 2-second lead by the end of the lap. After that, there was little doubt after the outcome, and it was currently difficult to see how anything other than a reliability issue could bring Verstappen's dominant run to a close. Meanwhile, the fact both Perez and Alonso, Verstappen's nearest early season challengers, struggling to maintain form, shows his World Championship victories gonna come at account. So with races that Verstappen dominated last season, Hungary and Belgium to come, his lead promises to be well beyond 100 points, and by the time the summer break rolls up. While Verstappen's march towards the title continued, Verstappen's stunning pace was undoubtedly the story of the weekend. Following a torrid start to the season, the British team sacked technical director James Key and introduced a new leadership structure. Upgrades then came at Baku at the end of April and failed to have the desired effect, but when a further new package arrived last week in Austria, Norris took advantage of it nicely to qualify and finish 4th. Despite that performance from Norris, few expected McLaren to reduce the pace they did at Silverstone to take 2nd and 3rd in qualifying. Even after that, Dutch remained over their race pace, but Norris and Piastri pulled away from 4th place to Leclerc in the early stage and appeared on course for a comfortable double podium until the safety car threatened to ruin their afternoon. While Piastri lost his 3rd place to Hamilton, with the team's decision to pick Norris for harder rather than soft on the safety car was questionable, the Brit questioned his team's choice over the radio and perhaps displayed their blushes were also in defence of Hamilton while his tyres warmed up. The high-speed nature of Silverstone and cool conditions undoubtedly aided McLaren, and the Hungarian Grand Prix in 2 weeks' time will likely provide a more difficult challenge, but there's this doubt that the Woking team are firmly back in the mix. And yeah, it's tough times they face. It truly is great to see. But Hamilton had been left disappointed after qualifying 7th at the circuit. He holds a record of 8 victories, and his mood was unlikely to have been improved in the opening corners. He ran off the track and finished ninth, but quickly set back recovering as he almost immediately reclaimed 8th from Pierre Gasly. Hamilton then eased past Alonso to return to 7th, but was unable to make further progress on Sainz in front of him. However, the 4 cars, Piastri, Russell, Leclerc and Sainz had all been running in front of Hamilton, pitted before Magnussen's failure presented him with the perfect opportunity to move forward. In truth, it was a moment of fortune for the Brit, but gave the Silverstone crowd exactly what they wanted. 2 British drivers on the podium for the first time since 1999. Ferrari were unfortunate, but hopes that they would move forward with the upgrades they brought in Austria were somewhat dispelled by overall lack of pace. Also leaving Silverstone disappointed with Alpine, who saw Esteban Ocon retire with a hydraulic leak before teammate Pierre Gasly retired in the closing stages with damaging the suspension of his car in a collision with Lance Stroll. But yeah, there's a week off now for the teams and drivers before it's another back-to-back F1 race races before the summer break. First, it's returned to Budapest for the Hungary Ring, with one of the most popular calendar races among drivers. Red Bull have the opportunity to set a record with 12 consecutive victories, while Max Verstappen will be looking to extend his best run of 6. A week later comes the Belgian Grand Prix as the sport pauses for a month before the resumption after the summer break with the Dutch Grand Prix. But yeah, before I go, let me run you through the pack as they finish at the British Grand Prix. Max Verstappen obviously ending up on top. Yeah, not much more you can say about him. Just another brilliant controlling drive. And yeah, we really are seeing a beast at work at the moment. And Norris in second, really impressive from him as well. Yeah, huge credit to him and McLaren. Second fastest car. Piastri as well as a rookie, and without the front wing. For me, just as impressive. Hamilton third, obviously got a bit lucky. You've got to take it when it comes. Good recovery from him. And yeah, Mercedes, I would say, still disappointed with the overall lack of pace. And still a lot of work to do. But maximising their results once again, you'd have to say. With Russell in 5th, Perez in 6th. Yeah, to be honest, I expected a bit more from him. Another really probably not great weekend from him. And yeah, it really does need to improve. Alonso 7th, probably maximising what he could get with that Aston Martin package, which is just a bit disappointing this weekend. Albon in 8th, credit to him. Yeah, to get points in that car, winning up to 7th, really, really impressive. And then you got Ferrari in 9th and 10th. I mean, the strategy just absolutely horrendous. Losing Ferrari out of points again. And yeah, race pace nowhere, poor tyre degradation, etc., etc. Sargent's so close with his first points in F1, which will be disappointing, but it can give him really good confidence. Bottas in 12th, good little recovery from him. He was a lot faster than Joe, but yeah, Hulkenberg 13th, and you just look at those teams, just not much pace. Reliability issues for Haas, just really disappointing. And then you got Stroll in 14th. Yeah, no, the Aston wasn't great this weekend, but still really disappointing. The AlphaTauri, just a poor car. Definitely started on the grid right now. Disastrous weekend for Alpine, behind, overtaken by McLaren as well. So yeah, hugely disappointing for them. And they've got a lot of head scratching to do really at the Enstone-based team. But anyway, guys, that's it really. Thanks so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and other thoughts coming to the F1 news and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciated. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.